Yes.
Probably not the Ginsu knife that you remember seeing on television and all those ads.
Right.
That cut aluminum cans in half. This is a cut above, Chef Jeremy.
It is a cut above.
It's a cut above. It is a full tang knife.
Yes.
These are considered hand wash, and Chef Jeremy has been doing knives since he was 16 years old.
I have, you know, I started with Ginsu, but it was not this Ginsu. This is like the top of the line Ginsu that you can get. Like you said, David, it's full tang. What does that mean? This is one piece of metal from tip all the way to the back. But you notice this back, it doesn't have rivets in it, even though metal goes through. It has a metal pummel. The pummel's the back of the knife. It has a perfectly balanced bolster right here, which means that if I put the knife right here in the middle, if I balance it right there, it perfectly balances. So when you use this knife in your hand, it feels like nothing.
It's called Chikara, which means power.
Power.
This is a very, very sharp knife. Remember when your knives were brand new and so sharp?
Yes.
They were a joy to use because prepping food was so easy. And then as time went by, those knives became dull.
Yeah.
Or maybe they became old. This is something that will allow you to breathe new life thanks to our clearance price. And the 5-pay will go away at the end of the show. Now, in this pack-up, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knives. Now, one of them is a carving knife, yes?
Yes.
One of them is a chef's knife.
Yep.
One's a santoku. One's a fillet knife. One is a paring knife. And one is a serrated utility knife.
Yes.
All you do is choose your color of block. Now, we have this for you in chestnut. $6.75 left. Beside that, we have natural. $5.85 in the natural, and then finally we have the gray wash. Only 400 remain. They're all the same knives. They're all black. They're all full tang, and the same assortment of knives. All you're choosing is color of block.
Yeah. Okay, and David, again, this is Ginsu, the power. I love they call it Chikara because the power of Ginsu lives on in this set. These will stay sharp longer than a regular knife because of the way that they harden and temper the steel on this. And if you eventually do need to sharpen these in maybe a few years' time, they will go back to that same sharpness because it is the tempered steel on here. This chef's knife is beautiful, 8-inch chef's knife. If all you got, David, for this price is that knife, it's worth it. But let me move through the set because this is every knife you need in your kitchen. I want to move straight, actually, to this carving knife.
And look at the balance of this knife.
Oh, yeah.
If that knife were not, now I'm balancing it on one finger. If that were not properly balanced, either the handle or the knife blade would fall to one side.
Yes. And
this is lovely. And your knife should be a continuation of your hand. It should all move as one movement.
When you hold it right where you're holding it, David, it feels weightless because the blade is just as heavy as the handle. Now, this is an 8-inch carving knife. If you need a good knife to carve a roast, a turkey, a chicken, a leg of lamb, a ham, just a good, nice, long carving knife, this is the knife for you. You don't have to go out and buy just a special knife. That one comes in the set. Okay, next, fishermen, get ready. Here we go. If you cook your own fish, you catch your own fish, or you want to fillet it, or you just buy a beautiful salmon fillet like this, this is a beautiful 6-inch fillet knife right here. It's slightly flexible. If you just want to cut these into steaks, David, watch this. Push that. 1, 2, 3 slices. It goes all the way through the skin. That's the power, the Chikara of Ginsu, but also if I wanted to take this and skin it, I'm gonna start over here on this side and just come under here and just run your blade right across the bottom there, and you could take all of that skin. Let me flip this over, and you can see it takes that skin, any little piece I can go back and get it, right off of there. And that's why Ginsu, again, it is sharper than a regular knife, and it will stay sharp longer than a regular knife because of that hardened and tempered steel. Okay, next, this is a 5-inch santoku knife. Remember, santoku means 3 virtues. What is 3 virtues? That is slice, mince, and chop. So this knife will do all 3 of those. Actually, let me grab a potato because it has those scallops in the blade. The reason it does that, if you're doing starchy food, maybe you're doing a turnip, a yam, a sweet potato, or a large potato like this, or a butternut squash, it just helps so that the air doesn't stick to it. You know, you don't get that vacuum. So it just easily, I could see how I pull that right through a hard, raw potato like that, and I could pull that straight through. So, okay, let me keep going, because you get 2 more knives and the block. This here, of course, every kitchen should have a good paring knife.
Right.
This one's 3.5 inches. It's about the size of your finger, which means that if you want to cut the stems out of strawberries, radish tops. Maybe you just have an avocado and you want to cut it in half like this. Just run this, open it up, and don't worry, it's Ginsu. I can take that seed, pop it out like so. It's a wonderful little knife. You'll use it all the time. And then last but not least, a serrated knife for rolls, for bagels, and for tomatoes. And what I love to do, it has a tip on it, is always kind of start your bagels like this, cut down and away. Because if you cut towards you might cut yourself. You know, just be careful, cut down and away, and that's probably just...
They say the number one reason that people visit emergency rooms because of kitchen accidents is because of bagel slicing.
That's 100% right, yeah. And same thing, you want a good serrated knife for tomatoes or for lemons and limes. This is that perfect size. It's serrated. And again, the only thing I recommend is you always hand wash your knives.
Now, you are not going to be able to reorder this, so you want to order as many sets as you think you're going to need. And remember, you're saving $25 off the regular QVC price. $25 and 1 penny.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the 1 penny. All right, now you have a carving knife, a chef's knife, santoku. You have your fillet knife. This is paring, and then finally a serrated utility. The only choice you're making is your color of block. Do you want chestnut? Fewer than 600 in the chestnut. In the middle is natural, 540 in the natural, and then finally the gray wash. 370 remain in the gray wash. 5 easy pays go away, end of show, Chef Jeremy.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be able to have this for you. And remember, Chikara means power.
Power, right. And again, maybe you just have cloves of garlic and you want a good, strong, heavy knife because you want to smash that garlic. I'm just going to take this here, give that a good smashing there, and then whatever's left here, you can come back and give it a nice little mince. And then I can do this, again, just go back and chop that nice, as fine as you like it. If you like it chunky, stop there. If you want it finer, keep going. And then there, scrape it all up, is your chopped garlic. Like that. Isn't that wonderful?
Smells so good.
Isn't that?
Oh, my word, yes. All right, Chef Jeremy, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice to have you back.
Good to see you. Okay.
Always
Thanks.
a pleasure. Now, Miss Rachel, can you remind us about cookies?
I can.